Not yet.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Opposite Worlds After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Opposite Worlds After Show.
Oh my gosh, we're back.
Woohoo!
1 week later. Hello, everyone.
What's up? What's up?
If you're on AfterBuzzTV.com right now, you are tuning into the Opposite Worlds After Show. I'm your host, James Wallington, and back with me tonight is...
Mikey Benzaia.
With our wonderful special guest...
Rachel Horton.
We love Rachel already.
And we love that
We're
she's
trying
not
to-
wearing white tonight.
I know, God,
Yes.
so over the white. Oh, it's not flattering at all. Yeah, that did not look good. Not my proudest moment.
White's cool, but you forgot your toga, obviously.
White's
Yeah.
oh my God.
Did you
No,
not get the memo?
I brought it. I left it in the car.
All right.
And then the
That's
car
okay.
drove away.
I like your toga, James.
Thank you. I like yours too, Mikey
I'm
B.
showing a little nip.
It's nice. Yours is a little bit more futuristic
Yes.
for the
Team
future.
A little more
Epoch
J-Lo.
over.
Yeah.
Team
Crow.
Epoch.
Team
No,
Epoch.
we like Team Epoch. We do. We respect Team
What?
Epoch a lot. Yeah, we
That's all
do.
right.
I love it.
I know. I mean,
But they're not us.
there's so much to talk about because I feel like it's so split how the episodes are because you get a lot of one side and a lot of the other, which I love about this. You get those
Yeah.
equal balance. But I think we're going to have Charles calling in shortly. So
Woo.
until he calls in, we're going to dive right into last night's episode.
Which I just watched.
Oh, wait, you watched last night's today?
Was it?
No, you
wait,
watched.
you're thinking about
watched,
tonight.
Yeah, tonight's.
Oh,
Last
okay,
night's.
that one.
Oh, we're doing it all.
Oh,
doing it.
man.
Oh, we don't mess around.
Okay,
We're doing
this
two
is not a
episodes in
one-trick
one
show.
pony
None
here,
of that.
right?
Oh.
This is the real deal.
It's subversive.
So on last night's episode, it opens up to both teams coming back into the house. You know, obviously Team Kronos is a little defeated after losing Rachel, and then
Yeah,
we have
right.
Team
They were
Epoch
so defeated.
celebrating. They get
Yeah.
their turkey legs, and like they're just devouring it. Like
Yeah.
they're cavemen, like they said. We're cavemen.
Yep.
But then I love how Frank kind of pouted a little bit and was like, I hate that team. They're behaving like children. Do you think they're out of line for celebrating?
No. I think that anything that they get is freaking fantastic. Like, I'm really happy for them. Anything they get, really.
Yeah, I feel like they deserve a little bit of meat.
They
don't think they're
deserve
being
so
showy.
much because, like, think about it. First episode they have, like, how many people did they lose? Well, they almost lost 3.
Yeah.
That's true because of Charles.
They had a leg break.
Yep.
Oh, devastating.
Lord.
They
Then
went
they
through
had
a
a
lot.
finger. I think she's okay. I think her finger sprained, but like
Yeah.
it was almost like she broke it. And then they had a shoulder that we thought was dislocated at the time. So there's just teammate after teammate after teammate. I was just like, oh my God, this is
Just
horrible.
falling apart.
I mean, I don't think it's any.
It doesn't feel like a
secret
good
how
win.
brutal the competition is. What was it like? What was your experience like?
Too soon. No. Somebody they kept actually. There were 2 things that were really funny. One person said to me, "Did you get to go to a hotel afterwards? Because if so, I think you really came out the winner in this whole game." I was like, wow, that's really funny. And just honest, the whole thing. They asked me, what's the lesson you learned? I said, don't hold your breath. Because as soon as you get under that water, I'm telling you, you go under, you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. Oh, this is pretty cold. But as soon as you submerge your head, it's like your whole body just goes like, oh, and you can't breathe.
yeah.
So like when I stood up and my arms went out, it's because I'm going, and I'm trying to get any oxygen I can. Looking back, it didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
And it was that. How cold was it? I mean, it had to be. Like,
I believe that the water was, the temperature was forecast to be, and they cut you off from everything. They change your time and mess with your head.
Yeah.
But it was 27 to 30 degrees.
wow.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
And it didn't freeze over because they were stirring in acrylic paint.
Oh wow.
So
they
yeah,
really
I got
kept
to,
it going,
when I took water, it was like I was coughing up green for a few days.
And I know a lot of people, on social media have been saying that they felt like you kind of gave up a little bit. Defend yourself.
Just try it. Like, submerge yourself in that water and then tell me. Yeah, no, honestly.
Well, actually, bring it out. Just wait. James, we're gonna have you jump in this cold pool over here and see.
All right.
how this goes.
please don't.
Please don't. She's like, it's too soon.
No, honestly, that whole thing was really, really bad. And standing there was like, you want to, and you have these stunt coordinators and the safety coordinators behind you. I'm standing there and I'm going, I can feel them breathing down my back. I'm like, they're gonna pull me out of here. They think I'm dying. And your body, when the body doesn't move, the body doesn't move. No matter how you look at that, it's like I could not move. So I'm like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. And you could see. I don't know if you could see from that side because I haven't really wanted to watch the shows for obvious reasons. But oh man, as soon as I went under again, I'm like, this is gonna be horrible. And you're taking in more water. I'm still coughing. And honestly, again, looking back at it, it does not look that bad. But I mean, you could see, like I don't know, it all blended together. But I think it was the second time I was going up, I just like was dragging myself up that rope.
I saw that.
Full body threw myself over, just like, you have your like, the boyfriend and the cat and like the person, your mom, you're like, and you hold the rope and you're just like, I dragged myself over and I threw myself over. I'm like, I'm not going to give up. And you want to. As soon as you get in there, you're like, throw me out, please take me out, coach.
On the flip side, your accommodations of being in the future were obviously a lot more lush than...
Do you feel like that maybe hindered?
Actually, there's a couple things that I think hindered because I had a friend who came at me and he's studying to be a doctor. Okay. So he comes at me and it was jargon. I'm like, haha, you're really funny. He goes, no, I'm completely serious. Apparently, based on certain aspects of food habits, I just found out that Angela's a vegan. So in my defense, like she wasn't having certain aspects of the food diets that would hinder your ability to produce heat.
Sodium, salt, certain things that...
A lot of things.
Yeah, so that obviously would make a difference.
It would make a difference. Yeah. She fought like a champ, and I was like, "How is she flying across this?" And okay.
See, now you made me feel bad because I was like, "What's going on here?"
I know,
man. And people keep saying like you gave up. My proudest moment is that I didn't give up, and I would not give up. No. There was none of that. I was like, "Okay, go up this rope." And as soon as I took in water the first time, I started sputtering, and you feel like a 5-year-old who's learning how to swim. You're like, and I like, again, looking back at it, it looked not that bad, but you're going around, you're like, I'm gonna die. It was terrifying.
And it was a small, I'm just glad that you were the one in there, not Frank, because I feel like if Frank jumped in that water, there'd be no water left. That dude is
I know,
huge.
it was
like,
tidal wave.
Like when the big kid jumps off the diving board into the pool and everyone's like, dude, really?
Bad, yeah, it was bad. I don't know, I think that... probably would have done better than I did because he was just so big. Like the water would have gone. He just like, I got this.
Well, speaking of Frank,
he could have floated on his arms, man.
Speaking of Frank, what was it like living with these people? Like we are only seeing what the edit shows us, but what were they like?
It sucks because you don't get to see the Big Brother aspects that you think that you're going to get to see. It's really amazing, actually. Like. We had so much fun in there. We had so much fun, and Frank and Jeffrey Fry.
I was like, by the way, I'm sorry. Was that Fry you were saying?
Yes, I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. He's playing a game. He's playing a completely different game.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's playing a game. I don't respect the game that he's playing, but I will say that there was a point where JR came up to us and he goes, "Just so," and this is him really foregoing his team. This is not cool. He goes, If there's anything you guys want to tell me, or if you guys want to take me aside and make some sort of, thing, let me know. And we're all like, no, we're all going to play dumb. We're all going to do this. This is our team. And we had like a really strong team.
Yeah, that's what a team like.
And then here's Jeff Fry. Like,
that's what I'm
saying.
Jeff
Fry. To our side.
Because I can't see Frank doing
and
that.
I love Fry. I really did. And you know what's funny? Well, it's not really funny. It kind of sucked. He was the one who was in tears as I was leaving.
Wait, Jeff Fry?
Yeah, Jeff Fry.
Well, he's always in tears. So, honestly, I'm not surprised by that one.
Wow, speaking of him in tears, we can dive right back into last night's episode, because that's when we saw the waterworks. So, both teams come back from the Duel of Destiny, and they're talking about, how Epoch won, Kronos lost. Epoch is enjoying their turkey legs. Kronos is bitching about, hey, we lost, blah, blah. So... this is when things got interesting, because the next day, when they got thrown into the challenge, the worldly challenge, they were greeted by Luke, but 2 additional players.
Gotta love Luke.
What did you think about that?
The new well, first, before we even get to that, there's something that I picked up on. I don't know if it's just...
tell me.
Well, did anyone catch Frank using that straight edge and his eyebrows?
Oh my God, they did a whole little segment on this, like, how he has to shave.
Shake him off.
Wait, what?
Oh, he shaves. Like, that's his like eyebrows. His thing.
Oh,
yeah.
he is the most... I love him so much. He's the most OCD person I've ever met, where I was making a joke the other day. I'm like... they said, who do you think would be who do you think would take it the hardest if they went to Epoch? And I went Frank. Frank easily, because he'd be like, who put this leaf here? Did you move this leaf? This leaf has to go. Like everything, you should see his closet. You should see his closet, and his closet is like his shoes are hung. He washes his shoes every night and buffs them. The ones they gave him.
That's a thing.
Yeah. He looks beautiful.
Well, that intensity that you're telling us is the intensity I think we saw.
But he makes fun of Fry too. He makes fun of Fry. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna pluck your eyebrows? Take 15 hours to pluck your eyebrows?"
Thank God we have subtitles too, because I wouldn't even know what Frank was saying.
There's actually a point. I wish they put this on air where he said something, and I'm like, "It's like you're talking to me. What are you saying? I don't speak this. Whatever. Okay.
I don't speak this."
I don't like. I had no idea what he's saying half the time. He's amazing.
It's him and JR. I feel like you need subtitles for.
Yeah, JR sometimes
like not as bad as Frank,
got,
but
like, the
still
twang.
has a little bit of a twang.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'm seeing Jeff Fry, as you call him. I'm seeing Fry throw over these things, and we all wanted to from the beginning. We just didn't want to be disqualified because that's horrible. Like, I mean, that would be horrible to be in there. I mean, we really wanted to because. You know,
yeah, well,
JR's going, can you just throw us an orange? Aww. And you're like, I really want to. Like, I did. I'm like, I even told Jeffrey, I'm like, I'll go with you right now to do it. You have to throw it. I just like, I'll be with you. You know, so to see him.
So did you guys know that Jeffrey was trying to, or that was kind of, yeah.
No, but I did hear Fry and Frank, and apparently, I guess Fry's trying to make alliances with everybody. But I heard Fry go, no, and so, but I totally got you, okay? I got you. Do you have me? Okay.
Wait, so there was a moment when Fry, I'm calling him Fry.
No, it's really, that's what we called him.
Fry. When Fry was at the glass talking to, was he talking to JR?
Yeah.
It was like a scene out of, I mean, in my head, because this is what goes on in my head, because I'm insane.
Was he going like this?
Yeah, it was like, you ever seen Austin Powers where Mini-Me is talking to, and he's like, I love you.
Yeah.
They were like talking to each other. He's like, you complete me. That's what they were doing.
Mini-Me, you complete me.
Yeah, that's what I pictured when they were doing it.
Just the two of them.
Little Jeff Fry and,
Little Jeff Fry, yeah. So I haven't even said this to anybody, but when we were about to go into the duel, I knew that they were going to pick me from the duel because I knew that, I thought that this would have been a perfect opportunity for them to get rid of a really strong player. Yeah. That levels a playing field.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
You throw in cold water like that in that kind of thing, throw in Frank.
That's what we said.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I love Frank.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have thrown him in,
but
we also knew
strategic plan.
We also knew that they were going to have the decision. So I think that it was not wise of them. Now they got a stronger player as far as, I mean, throw me a puzzle, I'm so down. And everybody, everybody said that. They were like, oh, if we get to anything that actually has any intelligence going on, it's all you. And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't going to happen in the fierce
That's what they should have did.
Competition.
Well, there's so many different dynamics and layers to this competition that I feel like you can't really know how to play the game.
Who knew that
because
we were
going to
get
changing.
Marcy?
Oh yeah,
Mercy, and
speaking of a new dynamic, we got Mercy thrown in there, and
Steve,
now
right?
Steve, that
poor
we as
Steve.
America
poor
voted
Steve.
for.
Steve.
Yeah, let's talk about poor Steve.
He was there like 12 hours and already another injury. It's unreal. There's a piece of me. I'm divided, but there's a piece of me that goes, I'm so glad I'm gone because I just didn't want to break a leg or break my arm or die. I don't want to die.
This show's becoming like
it's so scary.
When someone plays Superman, isn't that what happens? Like someone plays Superman.
Like when you jump off the roof, I hate that.
Yeah.
Every time I jump off the roof, I'm like, this is not going to go well.
You know the thing is, I believe you too. I only know her like 10 minutes.
Only,
I honestly believe that.
That only happened when I was little, and I had an umbrella, so.
Of course, you had the umbrella.
Whatever. I made a pillow fort thing, and
So
you didn't get.
It's true though.
So
I believe
did you know new people were going to be added to the competition?
Did I know? Absolutely.
Okay.
Because as soon as I walked in, I saw that there were 7 closets, and I went, "There's 6 players and 7 closets." That was one of the first things. That was one of the first things I noticed. Now I also didn't know if these were going to be my teammates.
Yeah.
Or if because we didn't know. We walked in blindfolded. We had no idea what was going on the entire time. Walked in blindfolded, wardrobing for 2 hours blindfolded. I mean, I was like, this is some weird fur, loincloth. Okay. So we were wardrobed for that. And I'm like, this feels sassy and futuristic.
Sassy and futuristic?
Can we wear this one? And so you kind of know, but not really. And they're throwing things on. I'm like, I like this little wrist thing, but is that a real animal? Is that like a real, what is it, a tail? And they're like, I thought maybe there'd be a problem with that. I'm like, yeah, I don't wear tails and little animals. Like, it freaked me out a little bit.
Holy
But like,
PETA. It's a good thing.
I guess in their defense, it was dead for a long time, and it was probably natural causes. But in any sense, yeah, no, we were blindfolded the entire time, so we had no idea. But as soon as I walked in, there were a couple things I noticed really quickly, because I was like, okay, analyze my surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely.
I noticed that there was a tree on the other side, but like not a tree from this that was indigenous to this area, and not a tree that was indigenous to being like a real tree. So I'm like, okay, there's trees on each of the beams. Damn. On the other side, so I'm like, there's a curtain there, something's gonna drop, something's gonna happen.
I'm kind of upset we didn't notice anything. Wow. We were like, the toilets are cool.
Well, yeah, right. The toilets were great.
Shower.
How were the toilets?
I missed it. I can tell you all about the toilets. They were my favorite.
Oh, tell us about the toilet.
Okay, the toilets were heated all the time.
Oh.
Under your feet were these soft, cushiony things, and we would always turn on the radio from there. You could have radio settings on both sides. There were bidets. I didn't really get into that, but there were bidets on both sides.
I
thought about, you know what I thought about it,
but it's like the Kardashians.
But what's funny is that you're like, it's middle of the night, and you're like dragging your feet, and you get in there, and you're like, oh, this is warm. I'm so glad there aren't stalactites and stalagmites next to my toilet, like. And, you know, you hear why. We would go up to we were, like, friendly with them, you know. We weren't, like, people think that they're just, am I going to be bleeped out? Like, can I cuss?
Well, don't look at me. I'm the one who usually does cuss.
Okay, well, okay.
He's the good one.
People think that we were, like, assholes and prissy
I would have used the words, but, you know.
Jerks. People thought we were really not nice. But, no, I mean, like, we...
But you actually did get along.
And we did. Okay. So we would go up to the window and, you know, like, play this game, like... Hi, like Jared. That was the first thing I did.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of camaraderie, because if you follow the glass wall Twitter, you see, like, you guys taking pictures of the other side.
Yeah, but the glass wall Twitter also puts up things like Jeffrey with a target on his face. So I'm like, oh, you know, and it's like, I want to be nice about it. But I mean, literally, the way that I found out was I'm still all wet, and my hair's all wet, and I'm just like... like still shaking, and actually it took me like an hour to even start shaking. That's how cold it was. Is that I was in complete cold shock, and I'm just like, I got into a point where it was complete derealization. There wasn't even real to me.
Oh my gosh.
And like, you know, they started taking off my shoes and socks. They're like, your feet warm? And I'm like, yeah, but my chest is really cold. Like, oh my
takes you a while.
And then, you know, the medic comes in, he's like, you gotta take this off, you gotta get this off. She's going in cold shock. And they're like, they took it off, and I had to go. Yeah, it was brutal. It was so brutal. So I mean, after that, like, you know, you go straight. It's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
Well, someone else who's having a brutal time would be Steve, the Quidditch player that just got out of the competition.
Quidditch. I just learned that.
Can we talk about what Jeffrey said before? Like, he's, you know, they're walking in, they see the two new players, and he goes, "I've worked so hard to be in the top 10," and then they bring in two new players. I'm like, what have you done? Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
He's like, I've worked so hard.
No, he didn't know. He did not know about the top 10, okay? They don't know anything. So anything that's come in now has been talked about under ops, and it has been talked about by the new players that came in. I'm sorry, I keep, like, knocking your leg.
Cool.
It's just because I like being next to you.
I just thought that was funny, because it's like, what have you done to get to the top 10? Like,
nothing.
You're just living in the future side, like getting
No. It was not that easy. Like it really, like, people think so.
He goes, tell me more, Rachel.
What about your heated toilets and all the food that you
and
wanted?
Like your sushi platters and your champagne.
All right, the sushi was fantastic.
I'm sure.
But yeah.
So wait, no.
The sushi was good.
The sushi was good. Now my question is, if you were still there and you got these two new guys, two new girl and guy, would you have sent them right up? Because they put them both right up.
That's a
right
good
there.
question.
That was like the first thing they did was like, hey, welcome to our team.
It seemed like they were the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. Would you have done that?
You're talking about Angela.
No.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Mercy, right?
Mercy and
Steve.
So
they came right in.
Them?
Yeah, because they came in, and then the Luke said in the challenge they had to pick one person to be tied to this like medieval contraption.
Yeah.
And they both picked
and
their
new
players as like an initiation. Yeah, they're tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
It was like initiation for them.
Tomato. I think it was absolutely they were being hazed. Like it was their initiation.
I felt bad.
I didn't see it because I didn't want to.
No, I can't imagine coming off the show and then watching the show.
You know why? Because here's the thing. You look at it and you go, this isn't what's going on. This is what's happening. Like, I was misrepresented a couple ways. But, I mean, it's not like they were going, oh, are we going to throw her under a bus? It's like they were literally looking at it and they're going, okay, it's not just like this is good TV. But, you know, I'm seeing something that's completely different. And I'm telling you, I left, as soon as I got up, my hair's all wet. I leave. And I get these text messages. My phone just, like, freaks out. Like, it explodes. And I get a text message saying, I'm going to hunt Jeffrey and kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna hunt him down. I'm gonna kill him. And I go, you mean JR? No, Jeffrey. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I had no idea. No idea. And I'm like, what do you mean? He threw you under a bus. You didn't see it? I'm like, no, I didn't see it. I just got out of like freezing cold water. I didn't see anything.
Fry threw you under a bus. And he fought with Jesse. Did you see that during the competition?
I fought with Jesse too.
Well, and here's the thing. I just want to throw it out there with Jesse. At first, I wasn't really a fan. But the kid is smart. And he's playing a smart game. Jesse, yeah. Oh, no, not Jeffrey.
I was like, excuse me.
No,
Jesse is smart. He comes off very arrogant. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I don't know if I...
Because he is.
Well, you know what?
But you know what?
I'm not going to hate him for that. He's confident.
Like, he's cocky.
Well, every time you see him, he's like...
No, this one.
He's analyzing. Like, he's
he's
really observing.
Latigra. He's blue steel. And you know what? He's honestly... I don't care for him as like we wouldn't necessarily be friends outside of the show.
Sure, like you wouldn't have
But
drinks
I
with
respect him as a player. I really do.
He's playing a smart
I've been
game.
tweeting that, like when I was watching the episode today, I was like, Jesse is absolutely probably the most intelligent person in there. Not only does he have the upper hand because he's been on a reality show, so he knows how to work this. He's just
Which I didn't know, by the way.
He was on Love in the Wild on NBC. So like he really is watching his surroundings and really observing and sizing up these people because it's
and he's holding his tongue to an extent too.
Exactly.
With with Jeff Fry, there was a
when that argument happened, he was just like, you know what, Jeff Fry, blah blah blah. But that kind of feud and that drama that happened tonight was because of last night's episode when they were doing this challenge, and he's like, oh my gosh, what did he say? He said something really funny about how like, you know, keep your mouth shut and just keep throwing.
See how mad Jeff Fry got?
Oh, he got so mad. He was so upset.
You know what? Honestly, he took leader position, and it was like with the kitchen. Like anytime that there was a drawer that would pull out and it would have all the groceries in it, and I came in, I remember I was like trying to get like raspberries or something, and he comes, I know, right? We had fruit.
Just random raspberries?
Just random. You know what? I like my fruit.
I was going to get the raspberries.
I was going to get something. I can't, orange juice, whatever. And he goes, can you just wait until my thing here is, I'm doing my thing. And I was like, all right.
What was he doing?
He was organizing.
Oh, what's with your team and organization?
They were, oh my, I've
insane.
never seen anything so OCD, anal, organizational, like, in my life.
Do you think it was because that side of the house was all white that you felt a little bit like, oh my gosh, everything needs to be prim and proper?
If they switch,
look at you, you're
gonna
all
see.
Organized.
Oh, my notes.
Oh my god, what's he gonna do?
Random hand.
Random hand.
Random hand.
Sorcery. Here we go.
You're all mixed up because I unorganized you.
I know, it's like you could play Quidditch. Like, what's up?
I don't know what Quidditch is.
I really want to talk about Steve for a second. I like Steve a lot, and I love how he comes into this, and this is what he said. He's like, you might look at me and think that I'm a huge nerd, but I'm fast, I'm smart, and I think I've got a strategic mindset to shake things up in this game, and I think I have a great shot at winning. I 100% agree with him. When I look at him, I do think he's a nerd.
I was going to say, when you first saw him, that's not what automatically came to mind.
But I think he's adorable. That's what I am saying about him.
Word.
Like, he's adorable, but he's
But
also
do you think he can really win?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I want to know how it's going to come down in the end game. Like, how is someone going to win? Is it going to be America deciding? Is it going to be an all-out challenge? Is it going to be you guys coming back to vote? Who knows?
Imagine that.
You know
That's what's kind of confusing about it, because you don't really know how it's going.
Like, who's really in charge here? America. So at the end of the
That's the whole point
day,
of the
you
game,
think that we would have a hand in winning. But Steve...
Yeah, but think about what you're deciding on. Who picks the people in the challenge and who goes out, right? But the alliances are apparently formed. I didn't know this.
And it'll be interesting to see how alliances even come into factor with this game.
But it's like, okay, he made Jeff Fry made an alliance. Fry made an alliance. Fry made an alliance. He's in alliance with the other team. He's getting punished. He throws Jesse in there. Not wise, my friend. No, not wise at all.
Jesse's running that team.
Well, yes, Jeffrey was running that team the entire time. I'm a leader type too, and that's why we butt heads a lot. But I actually looked at him a couple times and I went, you know what? I'm gonna step back, and I'm gonna follow suit. I'm gonna let you lead this. And so he actually he went in, and he's so smart. I really think. And people were like, no. Have you seen his score? And I go, score? Really? Are you kidding me? Watch him. Watch him wreck this. And I'm telling you, I don't care for him the most, but I do respect him as a player.
I agree, and I think that people like Steve are just going to be sacrificial lambs, and that eventually just get.
I'm sorry, the popularity thing. It was like I was going back and forth, first and second in popularity, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how, but JR went over everybody. But it's like, what did it matter? What did it really matter? What did it matter?
Cool. Yeah, you were ranked second, but you were out first. You know what I mean? Like, how much does the popularity index really come into play? Yeah. Other than us punishing and rewarding.
I kind of like that, though, a little bit. There was a little bit of redemption there. I'm like, oh, that was so brutal. And then I went to, like, the hotel, and I was just like, oh, what just happened? And I had that whole moment of, like, everything was watching me for a minute. There was everybody around. I had no idea what was going on. Now I'm hearing all this stuff, and I just felt weird. I, like, stopped for a second. I'm like, okay. Wait, he threw me under a bus, and then somebody told me, like, the next day, and they're like, oh, have you seen the punishments? I'm like, he deserved that. Like, I did not feel good about what he did.
Let's talk about the reward and the punishment, because as we know, JR is the most popular for that episode. He was the most popular. So
is he still, by the way?
No, right now it's Lauren. Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
I love her.
So, but I mean, I love Lauren, but I'm saying surprise, surprise, because
we still like him.
Yeah. So JR gets to win a feast and gets to pick someone to go with him, while Jeffrey, on the other hand, can't eat for 24 hours and has to pick someone to also share in that punishment.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe that he chose. That was so stupid.
Well, get this. They were trying to, decide who he was going to choose. And Jesse actually nominated himself and said, pick me. I'll do it. Yeah. And I'm like, here's Jesse.
That was smart, though.
Playing that charm, trying to get us as an audience to be like, oh, that was really sweet.
And even his other teammates.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Yeah. That was smart.
And then on the other end, we have JR going to dinner with Wyatt. Wyatt obviously doesn't drink much wine because he was a little tipsy afterwards. Did you see that? He fell into, like, the hay pile and everything afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't
He fell into a hay pile?
Yeah, Wyatt had,
Maybe he just likes the hay pile.
I mean, he might just likes it.
I mean, one day I came up and I went in the backyard to kind of look what the girls were doing because they were working out. And Wyatt had shimmied up.
Shimmied up what?
He shimmied up a tree and was at the top of their habitat. I will say habitat.
Their habitat.
At the top of their habitat. We had one too. But he was at the top of their habitat, like, with, like, I don't know, one of his implements or devices, like, going at their waterfall. And I'm like...
See, like, this is stuff I wish I would see.
Yes,
like,
there's
where
so
is
many
this
things.
24/7 camera, RoboCam that they made a big
these
deal about?
RoboCams, which were kind of funny because we would talk to them. We were like, is that Andrew? And then it'd go... No. Is this Chris?
That's the element I think they're missing, because I feel like if you're filming for a week, then there's 2 episodes and one of them is live. Only one episode is edited footage for 7 days.
Why have the popularity index if you don't see how people interact?
Well, to me, the popularity index are people who are getting the best edit. And I'm just saying this from the reality fan that I am. The people that I like and I'm rooting for are the people that they're editing as the underdogs.
Absolutely.
Are the people that have that desirable traits that you want to be like, oh, I really want you to win $100,000.
So are you psychologically being tricked into this?
No, I mean, I feel like people I like are good people.
Oh, all right, because
they're all good people. Like, they're all really good people. And you should see, like, one of the funniest dynamics I've ever seen is, we called him Frank and Fry. Frank and Fry. That was like...
Well, I saw Frank, like, massaging Jeff Fry. Last night's episode, he was, like, massaging him. I'm like, wait, whoa, like, when did this, like...
What episode did you see?
Bromance happen?
Well, I mean, we had this...
like, the special edits?
Are you... maybe that's a different
It was like
channel.
a dream. It was like a dream. Like, my subconscious.
Was that the Cinemax version? Like, what was going on?
Wait, so Frank and Fry, what'd you call it?
Frank and Fry.
Frank and Fry. It was Frank and Fry. Actually, Danielle coined that term, and I think that, honestly, they're, like, deserving of their own show, because you have Frank, and he's like, you're ridiculous. What, you think you're from New York? You're not from New York. What, you lived there 9 years? What, you had a cup of coffee? You think you're from New York? And Fry's like, oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, hell no. And he goes off on his thing, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Little over exaggeration, but it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Well, going back to, we're talking about, the edit, we're talking about the popularity index, we're talking about Jesse being smart. Something that really grabbed my attention, and I'm sure, Mikey and I can relate to this, is Jesse flat out said, they don't see what we see. And I feel like that was a very profound thing to say, and I'm surprised they even put that in the edit, because at the end of the day, this is a reality show, and it's true.
I'm really
it's condensed
shocked.
into 49 minutes, and from experience, what people see, they believe is 100% what really happened.
That broke down
or
the
that
barrier,
sequence.
and it brought me back into,
this is a show that they're making with editing.
Yes.
And I know you can't go into much of that detail, but I will, because I've been on a show.
Oh, no, he didn't. Well,
I can only say so much.
I don't know what you're speaking about.
I'm just saying the editing, it's interesting. What you see is only 49 minutes of 7-day footage. Yeah. They're going to take the best of the best and the most, and more of that stuff, and that's probably why we hate Jeff Fry so much.
No,
and that's when Jesse grabbed him and said they don't see what we see. I was like, you know what? That's right though.
He actually, like, that's what they're like. Oh my God, I hate him. He throw you under a bus. No, I don't hate him at all. I think he's playing a game. I think that was rude. That was horrible because that was cold.
Yeah.
But I think that he's really like they're all really great people. I think that there's like a sort of sociopathic like thing when you can go, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's funny that he does that.
5 seconds later.
Well, it's funny that he does that, but he went and said to JR, "My team is so into themselves that they aren't making me look good."
I call it that.
Well, he's a liar.
He's talking to JR at the window.
And I'm like, excuse me, by you doing that stuff, me as an audience member, it makes you not look good.
I think he's
doing a very good job of, because our team is 100% supportive of each other. Obviously, for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for that. Nobody knows that. Nobody's gonna know that. And there's like an aspect of me that's like, guys, look. But it's like, I'm not there. So, I mean, I can't say. I left and I went, wait, they didn't show anything of inside? So everyone's still performing for their robocams, and like there's times where we're not on. They're like, oh, it's gonna be full robocams, and you're like, you know, that like area between with the floor. It's like the Michael Jackson dance floor, and you're waving, going, can you turn off the Michael Jackson dance floor? And like, you know, it's like.
Well, that's why we were so excited to speak to you, because we wanted to actually see if you guys truly got along, or if that, because we got so limited of the footage.
There should be like a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Of just bonus footage clips that you guys are making from your phones,
they
from your
gave
tablets.
us the tablet.
Where's that stuff?
I don't know where that stuff is, but there are tablets. I thought that there were, I don't know. We had a lot of tablet footage. In fact, they were making a joke, and they're like, okay, Martin Scorsese over here, Jesse, needs to calm down, because he would put like 30-minute videos, because that's all we had to do. I mean, at times, that's all you really have to do.
Yeah.
So we would, you know, go in, if whether we're sequestered or not, can talk to each other, because they actually do a very good job of making it as real as they can.
Of course. I mean,
they're doing. So you're sequestered. You don't get to see each other.
Yeah.
And so we were in positions where we're like, Jesse's like, so Danielle, where'd you grow up? Yeah. So how do you feel about that? So if you were to take $100,000, how would you feel about it? And it's like,
so you guys are like interviewing each other.
Kind of, but they came and told us, they're like, okay, so if you have anything to say to your friends, family, anything, and I'm going like, you know, which is ridiculous because everybody's like breaking arms and legs and it's just horrible. But I'm like, hey guys, so here I am. Yeah, me, Frank, myself, Frank, and Lizette all hurt our fingers. Like that was it. We're all it was blood everywhere, but it was our fingers that we were.
What goes on with this show?
What is this show?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at it,
it's like
the tiniest little thing ever. But I kept wiping my mouth, and they're like, "You're bleeding from your mouth." I'm going, "Where?" And they're like, "Okay, you're fine." And I'm like, "Really? What about?" And it's just bleeding everywhere. So we all had blood everywhere. But I'm like, so I just want to get you guys updated.
White walls.
I just want to get you guys. I know, over everything white. So it's like, I just want to keep you guys updated. Me, Lizette, and Frank were in stable condition. I'm like showing my like finger wound, and it's like, there's all these really ridiculous things of Frank and Fry like being ridiculous, of, you know, the girls working out.
Frank's good. He's actually one of my favorites, and he was protected this episode.
He was protected this episode.
I'm happy.
Right.
I don't know why though.
Lauren was chosen for Epoch, and then Frank was chosen for Kronos.
I believe that Lauren was chosen because of her finger, and I believe that I don't know why Frank was chosen. I really don't. I
think it was just because he was in beast mode.
Well, did you see
that
worldly challenge?
Go, Frank.
Center fielder.
It's funny too because you don't see a lot of what we were doing to pump up our team. So like when they were down there, we're getting ready to like go up this thing with stun guns, right? We're standing there and ready to go up. And like Danielle had this tendency to, she was like fly hunter, and she'd go up and like if she saw a fly, she'd get real slow and she'd go bam, and this thing's dead, and she had like a little collection. I'm like. Like,
eat them.
I'm like,
what the
Danielle.
Hell?
I'm like, Danielle.
Whoa.
Team Kronos. Part-time mother effing fly hunter.
She might need to see a psychologist.
Yeah.
No. She's Danielle is the greatest. No, she's so awesome. And she's actually training everybody. Like they were like, oh, you know, do you think that you're like sitting around and just getting like pampered and blah blah blah? No, we were working out like every day, and Danielle was training everybody down to Frank, because Frank's like they were holding huge boxes and throwing them at Frank, and like just lifting
buildings. Frank's just lifting cars.
He's like, I need burgers. I could eat like 7 burgers right now. But yeah, I mean, it's like people think that it was just easier over there. No, we worked to get that. We worked to win these challenges, and they do deserve it. I think the other team, it's like they deserve it in a way that they just need to see it. It's not fair, and like. Yeah. Putting them in a position where they don't have the proper nutrients, they don't have the proper exercise, and they're trying, like they're doing like yoga, and like they are made to seem as these really sad underdogs, and we really felt for them, and we had bonds with them where we were like, we go up to the window, we would take pictures of them, like, you want to see, like, here's a picture of you, then we'd like edit it and make it look all cool, and then we'd show them.
Awesome.
So it was like there was really like bonding going on. So I mean, they're playing a game though.
The bonding and going up to the wall we saw perfectly displayed last night when Jeffrey went up to the wall and pulled over JR.
Yeah.
And who knew you could throw stuff over
I
the
didn't
glass
even know there was
wall?
an opening.
We wanted to.
What was that, a piece of cabbage?
Yeah. Was there a roof? Like, what's going on here?
No, there was no roof, actually, and that's the part that we were like,
rude.
okay. And we really wanted to start throwing oranges because they're like, we really need vitamin C. And I was like, oh, my God.
So Jeffrey beat you to it.
Yeah.
I almost well, no, because we talked about it, and Jeffrey was like, I don't want to get disqualified. I don't want to get.
Oh, so he actually told you guys he
my
wouldn't do it, and then he
gosh.
went and did it on his own?
Yeah.
Hey, he's smart, but I don't like him.
No,
Wow.
he's
Don't like
he's furtive and he's sly.
He's sly. Well, how about Wyatt? Is Wyatt starting?
Jeff's sly.
Wyatt's ridiculous.
Wyatt's starting to get a little angry too.
He's starting to get real.
Wyatt okay. I don't know if you've ever seen the show The Colony.
Oh, yeah, on
No.
Discovery
Okay,
Channel.
have you seen the second season?
No.
Okay, in the second season, there's this one guy, and he goes crazy. Like, he literally, and then he's like in the bushes, he's like, they're coming for us. They're coming for us. And he goes crazy. And I think Wyatt's kind of getting to that level where he's like, I'm not going with them.
Crazy.
He's going nuts.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I'm telling you, like, he is literally.
He's ready to go off the deep end.
They gave him, which was funny to me, because everything on their side is, like, super brown. Like your shirt. So everything was like super brown, and they had everything was natural to that color. They had this, you saw it, they had this white rope.
Yeah. Actually,
Did you see the white rope?
You
He tied it in knots and he hung it down, and the girls were like, that's why I thought it was going to be him. And he goes, come on. And you just see him go, and he like threw like a tomahawk.
Where did he get a tomahawk?
People are
They
going
gave him
batshit
weapons.
crazy.
He was going crazy. And so
Wyatt's going batshit.
They
Wait,
gave
no. Speaking of brown, we didn't even talk about this. Remember?
Oh!
the poop.
What was that?
I heard about this.
You heard
Wyatt
about
was
this?
like, I'm just gonna. He's like, I left
you know
a
what he
gift in the
did?
toilet.
And he had
Yeah.
to come back to
No,
it.
no, no.
though.
Do you know what else he did?
No.
They didn't. I don't know if they showed this, but like he started picking up bugs and eating them and being like,
Oh, they did. They showed pictures on the Glass Wall Twitter. But he
Yeah,
left.
oh yeah,
But
he's
that's
like,
not on
we
the
took
level of what James
No,
said.
like
That's
he
disgusting.
went to the bathroom and was like,
He's-
I left something.
Gotta kind of
for
respect
them.
that though. He's shameless.
He goes,
Yeah.
I left them a giant pile of poo. They are going to come in here in what we consider stepping into a pile of poo.
And he had to come
Where?
back to
So
it.
he was
Yeah.
prepping for your team to go
Mm-hmm.
to Epoch side. So he like left
That's so
this.
Someone's got to get Wyatt a hobby.
Wow, we're all over the place tonight. This show has so much going on. I can't even think
That's the
straight
problem.
right now. Before we talk about tonight's episode, I would just like to give some shout outs to people who are really interactive with us on social
They're
media, on Twitter and on our YouTube. Mr. Air Sonic, Josh Barber 32, Davy Baby 712,
Davey
Edgar
Baby.
Cardona, and D Skimshinomni.
What?
Wait, let's
Thank
see.
What's that?
Cyanamni. Thank you.
Shomni?
Shomni. Thank you for tuning in and watching our show and interacting with us. Because
Yes.
we obviously we're passionate about the show, so we want to hear your opinions.
Yeah, and we
hear your
respond to it.
feedback.
You guys-
Exactly. And like
I
on
respond.
Twitter, like
That's
we
why
love
we're
to
wearing
hear
this.
from people like Cara B 1985 is really good at keeping up with us,
Yep.
and Joy of Laughing. She also tweeted tonight, people get used to the cameras and let their true characters be revealed, like Frank and Beast or Angela the Angel. So
Angela
I love that
People
Frank has
people
taken
are
beast mode now. Like that
creative.
is so funny to me because it's like there were certain things we were throwing out and it's like that was like the teen thing and I'm like beast mode, beast mode, and
Mega
that's why I
Boss.
started yelling and it's like finally like I'd look at Frank, I'm like beast mode, huh? Beast mode? Yeah. How is it? Beast mode, beast mode. I love that. That's
We got to
carried
get
on.
Frank in this too.
yeah, well, I want
Frank
our
is the
fans and
best,
our
man.
followers to get into beast mode and do us another
Yes.
favor.
Everybody beast
Go
mode.
to iTunes, rate, comment, and subscribe. Because right now we're in the top 10 AfterBuzz shows.
What?
We're ranked number 9.
And now
last I
we're
saw.
half naked?
So let's keep those ratings coming up. You know, you love
Well,
us.
now.
You love us.
Now, we just do anything for the ratings. What are we wearing next week? That's
Hashtag
what I wanna
toga.
know.
Hashtag beast mode.
Hashtag toga.
Tweet.
Hashtag om nom nom.
Dude,
All right,
let's
go
make
ahead.
this-
What are we
yeah,
doing
make
next
this
week, 'cause-
interactive. Tell us what we should wear next week.
What are we
Obviously within reason. Let's
Yeah,
not,
what's
let's let
going
the
on?
imagination run free here.
Yeah, or we can have some competitions up in here.
You
'cause
could
I'm
you could
ready.
rock
We
those like
should.
Michael Jackson jackets, although they ended up turning into like band
They
leaders.
look like fancy chef.
What are you talking about?
jackets.
Oh, the ones they were nice. It
Kronos
was like
wears.
They were
it's like,
so cool. I kind of wish I had
the
those.
chef
There's
show.
some things I'm like, can I take them? Is this
It
mine?
reminds me of Justin Bieber though, so I really don't want to rock
We
it.
don't want to
Why?
talk. We don't talk.
I don't know
the
because I feel like
Biebs.
Bieber rocks that, and this isn't really a great week for him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's a good dude.
Ish, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I have no opinion.
If we do competitions
No
up
comment.
in here,
He does look
it'd
like
be
Miley
fun.
Cyrus, though.
He does a little bit. Did you see that?
He
I'm
did
sorry.
look
Poor
weird.
James Chan.
I'm sorry.
He does.
It was weird.
Oh my gosh, you're too much.
Twinsies.
Let's dive into tonight's live fight and discuss how we have the protected Lauren and Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think it was going to be Lauren winning the decider this evening?
Did I think? What did you think?
I can't believe that in the first pick of the Protected, I cannot believe that they did not pick Sam. I don't know if you guys saw this because I haven't seen it, but the reason why we picked Lizette is because the battle between them was so long. And
they were like kicking and fighting.
Well, they you know what? They put up the kicking thing, but literally she was just trying to Sam was just trying to get her foot over. Like she just couldn't do it. And I started yelling, "No kicking!" because I was so into it. And humorously, I don't know if they showed this either, but Jessie fell off the edge of the balcony. And
while you were spectating
Frank
the show.
almost went with him. And Frank's going like this, and they fell off.
Speculate?
Everybody was so excited. We're go. Jessie fell off the balcony.
Was this before or after Charles broke his leg?
Way after.
That'd be funny. It's like karma. It's like...
He didn't mean to.
No, I know.
No, we know. We've gotten past that. We're on Team Jessie.
People are mad about that, but like he really didn't mean to. And after that, it wasn't like him going like, "No, I'm the villain." Great. It was like him going, "I cannot believe."
Wait, so the real question?
Who really wants to go over the edge?
No. And there's the thing. Like he fell off. Did his hair, his Jimmy Neutron hair, move at all?
You know what he said right before we went into that? He goes, I gotta do something with my hair to change it up. Like this kid is so funny. Like he would go around and make the funniest things because he's creative. I don't know if they showed it. Like he had Team Kronos through everything, and he had a 3-headed whatever serpent thing, and he
I didn't see it. What? We didn't see it.
He put our faces. Like he put us like as characters.
Was he doing arts and crafts?
Yeah.
Right?
With the food?
Like he's creative.
And like sprinkles?
Man, I was sitting there watching like seasons of things, but like he was walking around the house. He'd wake up at like
macaroni necklaces.
If we had macaroni, I swear. But no, and then he started, he goes, I need slippers. So, I mean, these are things he could have obtained. He goes, I need slippers. And he made slippers out of a towel, and like, he walked in, he grabbed the thing out of the trash bags, like the red thing.
This is great. This is good.
This is even better. No, then he goes, I think I'm gonna make some Uggs. I'm like, what? So he takes the blanket. Oh yeah, he did too, and they were good.
So LA.
They were
so Brentwood.
Good too, man. He had this, like, he got so bored. Like, he made this thing on his head, and it was, like, Team Kronos. And, like, he'd, like, written on it, and he was, like, walking around with this thing in his little Uggs that he made. It was so
What'd you make?
Not enough, apparently.
Not enough. Well, Jessie, since we're on the topic of Jessie,
I made an exit.
He was, like, heat of discussion. Like, he was, like, in the forefront of every topic of discussion tonight. Like everyone wanted to throw Jessie right into the Duel of Destiny.
And he knows
I'm so glad he did it. And you saw him go in there. You saw him go because it's cold, not because he had fear. No fear against Wyatt.
Well, that was a great competition.
Well, at first, like the drama between him and Jeffrey kind of carried over into their discussion about like what they're gonna do for strategy. And Jeffrey was like, Jessie needs to go with that. Like got all like
because that came from his anger from the previous day.
Yeah, his sweet and nice will show, but he's not afraid to show his Latino spice.
No, it was Latino.
Spice.
Oh yeah, no, it was really funny. He would tell stories about what his mom said. Escúchame, mijo. Okay.
Mijo. Oh, you got a good accent.
Escúchame, mijo. Okay. You never.
Entiendes español. All right.
No, I speak Italian, not Spanish. My Spanish is terrible. Are you?
Yeah,
oh my God, we have a conversation later.
Sorry, James.
No, it's totally fine. But I wanted, like, the action with Jessie and Wyatt, like, I was kind of glad we actually got to see this, because that was something that was discussed last week. It was kind of like, we should put these two males against each other because they have that tension over Charles.
I know. I wish it happened. Like, if I had been around just a little longer, I would, are you kidding me? I would have wrecked that one if you'd have put me in that one. But it's like, that was, the one I was at was horrible.
Yeah, there was definitely a difference between.
Fair.
Like, this one had the pool of water, well, the tar.
Pool of water,
but then you have the heat of those, like, fire flame things
those
going
were fake.
But trying to make it warmer, I'm sure, for you guys. Even
what is psychological? They were plastic.
No, there was real fire. There was real flames, wasn't there? Or was I just hallucinating?
No, there was real flames.
Okay,
there was fake flames. Yeah, there was.
How low were they? Because in that kind of cold,
I thought they were like shooting.
Unless it was just something we saw for television.
Unless it was right here.
Yeah, it was like.
Either way.
Well, either way, Jessie knew that and that's the thing he said. He said, from this point on, I know that I'm going to be put up all the time.
Yeah.
So he knows that. Now, Wyatt, on the other hand,
he
did not take it like a man. I feel like he should have been like, all right, let me step up. Like he said in the beginning of the game, he said, if I have to go up, I'll get in there. And he was completely the opposite. He was scared to even go against Jessie. And he was like,
Wouldn't you be?
Jessie? Listen, if you're on this show...
You're not seeing what Jessie is capable of. This guy is...
I get it.
No, listen,
You know, right?
I know what you're talking about.
I am a winner right here. I am not going home. Let me tell you.
I'm on your team.
It was cold at camp, okay? But no,
Right. Well, I made a fire.
When I made a fire, Wyatt should have stepped up to the plate, and because of that,
He was
voluntold.
in the last one.
Thank
He was
you,
like,
voluntold.
I'd go up, absolutely. Oh yeah, where'd your balls go then, bro?
Well, he wanted to throw Steve in there just because he was like the new guy on the
leave
block.
Steve
was
alone.
that?
You can't even see out of his eye.
Leave Steve alone.
There's no strategy to
Nothing.
that.
All he did was perform for you.
And Steve, every interview he does, is he not the nicest? He's like, I love my team. We
He's
cuddle
so
every
positive,
night.
yeah.
They do, and you know what? That was actually really
They
funny
really
because I was. What did I say? I'm like, I told my team, I'm like, kind of envious. They have a puppy pile over there.
Oh, they really do sleep.
They
Yeah,
do.
he said
They really sleep like they were all like they were all just like this.
he said he
and,
felt right at home. He's like it was just cozy.
Yeah, 'cause he
everyone's
throw-
We
sleeping
do that
together.
at the AFTERBUZZ studio too.
Yeah.
They were having
After hours.
They were having fart contests and like
What?
all this stuff. Yeah, no,
What the hell?
That's they bonded.
To pass
apparently.
time.
I
We're
mean,
gonna
I guess
fart
when
now.
you have to take like your
And
buckets.
this Duel of Destiny.
Get those flames out because that's
I
gonna
would
be
have
an
won.
issue.
Shoot. Oh my god.
So
Oh
who
my
won
God.
that? Who won that?
Well, of course, I think because Wyatt kind of got into his head and got a little self-destructive, as Steve said, he lost. He was too frantic. He was too bitter and angry at his team. Didn't really care what was going on
He
anymore.
was on tilt.
I think he kind of checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think that that was an even plan. It was like, oh god, scatter and scramble for something that's hidden
Yeah.
in water. Like that.
Wyatt's
Come on.
slow though compared to Jesse. I feel like Jesse's quick thinking.
They're all slow. That when I'm telling you, when you hit that water,
Yeah.
when you hit that water, it's
It's a
even.
complete-
Well, I mean, not for that one because you were in like a puddle. Like,
Yeah.
if you
A
threw me in a
black water
puddle,
tar.
I'm telling you, as soon as I came down that ramp and I hit the water, I'm like, that's cold. But as soon as your head goes under, it's a different world. You immediately feel crushed. And then
Yeah.
as soon as you get up, anything to breathe. Anything to breathe. And people weren't getting that. She gave up. No, I stood there and tried to breathe.
There's a-
And then I kept going.
A lot of water-oriented challenges too. This,
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah,
that was
because
like
they know
tar,
it's
but-
torture.
Which even Luke, gave a shout out to the polar vortex tonight. Like he's
Polar
like, it's like
vortex.
29 degrees out,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and that's why they're finally wearing jackets. Thank
Sure,
God.
yeah.
Can you imagine if they weren't given that stuff? But they are being blasted with snow right now. Like I saw Instagram photos that Luke posted of icicles and all this other like snow related stuff. But we don't get that here in LA,
Yeah.
so sorry guys.
No, yeah. Why would we put it in LA when we can torture people in like sub-freezing
Sub-zero.
temperature?
So
Um,
obviously Wyatt goes home tonight. And I had
No,
high
Wyatt
hopes
went
for
home
him.
right after.
Oh,
They
yeah.
sucked him out of that and he
He's
was
like,
gone.
I think Wyatt checked out a little while ago too.
Of the
Like,
game.
Yeah.
Wyatt
Well-
checked out of reality, I think. I'm
think
telling you,
why?
Wyatt like walked around like he was in a cave. He really thought he was in a cave. And I remember talking to somebody who came over, with like supplies and, it was like, oh, can you bandage this? Can you bandage that? Can we get some emergency, whatever? And they really weren't allowed to get anything at all. So he comes over and he goes, it's like I keep telling them, you're not in a real cave. But in all their defense, they really got nothing. I mean, to the point where when Angela got out of that water, and I got out of that water, they had me like wrapped up and everything, and they had her wrapped up somewhere else and everything. And the medic goes, she needs hot cocoa or something, just warm, like tea, something. And he goes, I know your rules, but I would recommend that for Angela.
This is Wyatt.
No, this is the medic. The medic goes, I would recommend this for Angela. And they were like, oh, yeah. But I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, the rules even apply to like something warm for her, like to drink while she's... I couldn't even imagine. What really tripped me out and bothered me the most is I'm like, she has to go now back to that place.
Yeah, that's
That
suck.
night, I was like, it's...
Yeah, that's got to be a defeated attitude. We have to go back.
And did you, like, okay, people think that at the end I was going, thank God it's over. No, I was going, she deserved this. Like, just let her
speaking of
have
that,
it.
when it was over for you, did you mention anything about a baby deer?
Oh, yeah, no.
Wait, what? I didn't catch that one.
Remember?
No, I was like, it's
I
like
thought
a
she
bit-
said baby deer.
It's like a bit, no, what you feel like when you get out, it's like you're like a baby deer learning to walk. You're like,
Oh, I have one of those living upstairs for me. Every night I hear her, please. She's like an antelope learning how to walk for the first time. Not to get sidetracked. Hope she's listening.
oh my gosh.
But yeah, so Wyatt goes home. Hopefully we can get him in. Maybe he can shoot over in a buffalo. Like he'll be like, I feel like he wouldn't even ride a
He
car.
would ride over in a buffalo.
He would,
like,
right?
I see that. Like, if he could obtain a buffalo, I think he would
I
have.
feel like he owns buffaloes.
I think Wyatt's going to
Yeah.
have to call in because he's a lifeguard.
I don't want to call him it. I don't know. You speak to him.
You want to talk to him, trust me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's
He's-
an interesting character.
know
Let's what? get
I
him
want
in.
to know his scoop. I mean,
have
we've learned so much
nothing-
from you tonight.
I have
but-
nothing against any of these people.
It's
Like,
like-
even Jeffrey, people are like, you ain't Jeffrey, I hate him, I can't watch him get punished. And I'm like, I'd kind of like to see that. But, all in all, I think that I have nothing against all of them, and I have 100% faith in all of them.
Nice.
I mean, I have good faith in all of them that they can do well, but I mean, the challenges and the duels and everything about it keeps changing, so you're like, what is going on?
That's why I love this game. That's why I love this show.
Yep. I love it too.
Well, Rachel,
let's
really
dive
fast.
into, I don't want to say predictions because it's not really predictions, but we'll do it anyway.
Do you hear that?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
This is a show that's really hard to predict for because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But let's maybe say who our top 3 and our bottom 3 are. Maybe our top 2 and our bottom 2.
What are we basing it on, though? I mean, you have to think about, like, is this about, like...
Yours can be on personal, like, connection,
Like,
and
'cause
then
I
ours
love
is,
them.
like, based on what we're seeing from the edited version of 7 Days.
Well, I'll go 3 for 3. Who I'd like to see and who I think's going to win.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Jesse.
I agree.
I agree.
I think Jesse will win this. I think that he will find any way to win this, and I think that he is playing the right game. I think that other people are trying to play a game. I think this whole cute alliance makes for good entertainment. Like, go JR and whatever. Like, I think JR is going to get really cocky because he feels on top of the world, and I think he's playing a great game, and I think he's way smarter than he lets off. But I think that Jesse will... I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to make a popularity comeback, and I think that he is so smart, and he's physically...
I don't think he's that hated though. Do you
He's
guys
not the
feel
bottom
like
anymore.
Not
No,
anymore.
not at all.
He's slowly
Because
inching
he's
his way
playing the
back
game and
up.
he's coming
Yeah.
back.
I think that he has a good chance. And also Lisette, is it?
Yeah.
I
she's
love
just
Lisette.
kind of, she's always been
She's
stagnant
under
in
the
middle,
radar right
under
now.
the
That's
She's a tough-
exactly
tough chick.
that's exactly the thing.
Yeah.
Is that, like, I've even said, if Lizette can get her FaceTime in, like, her world and show who she is, I think that she is hilarious. I think she's a great story. I think everything about her is really cool, and she's fierce, man. She's fierce.
Yeah.
So I think that what they do is that they take the people who are the most popular and they give them less FaceTime, so that they give the most time to people who are under the radar to kind of level it.
That's true, because I
I
don't feel like
agree.
JR got a lot this week. You know,
No,
he's
last
still a
week he
likable
was.
character to me, but this week it was like the Lauren show, really.
Yeah.
Because she's one of the most favored right now.
I'm surprised Sam's not getting more. Like, I'm shocked that they
I'm
didn't.
sure eventually. Maybe.
I'm really, like, if you saw, I'm telling you, it was like she was like Spider-Woman. It was insane. Like, she turned into Spider-Monkey. Like, as soon as Lizette would get her almost off, she did this crazy, like, ninja flip. Like, she was over the edge and flipped back over, and, like, it was insane.
Well, that's the great thing about these characters. They have so many things to offer. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Is seeing who's coming out of the
But
show.
I mean, like, we would make predictions too, and we'd be like, okay, so if it were this, these people are the best for this competition and this duel or whatever, and but I think Sam would have been the worst to throw in that water. I didn't think Angela would fare that well, but I didn't know she was like a super vegan. So I didn't.
Yeah,
Well, that's why
held her
making
own.
predictions is so hard, because you get the decider, you get the the protected.
Yeah.
There's things that are out of our control, but then the things that are in our control, it's like, but we can't predict that until we hear the results.
Yeah, like, and again, I have no idea what's going on.
So you think Jesse's gonna win?
I think Jesse would win.
Is he your top dog too?
Yes.
Okay, if he didn't, who do you think would win?
If it wasn't Jesse, I don't want to go with someone on your team, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Jesse right now. At this point in the game,
Based on what I'm observing and seeing, I agree. I think Jesse's the most. He has like his frame of mind and his background with television. I think he knows how to play it.
And I think
there's
that if-
more
but
than
I
one
feel
game
like
going
there's
on.
things that are out of his control. Like Jeff Rye and the other teammates can.
I think that if
manipulate
there were
things.
any situation, though, if it were a head-to-head with JR, which there will be, I think JR is weak. I think he will be eliminated in a physical competition.
Physically, Jesse's the.
Not if you're looking
Yeah.
for swords, like if, or throwing tomatoes.
But even that, but I think Jesse has the mental game too. So I think that
Well, something that we didn't talk about that I want to do before we wrap is that they even mentioned Jesse. Another reason why I think he's smart and has a good chance of winning this game is because he said America likes an underdog, and the underdogs is Team Epoch.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, just from my frame of mind, if I was on Team Kronos, it's like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna be, getting all these popularity votes and having America rooting for me, don't you want to be on Epoch? It's like, what if you just threw yourself in there because you want to get that underdog
well, what's
story?
funny is we heard JR talking at one point, and he goes, Jesse he goes, how about if we win 2 or 3, then we'll just offer it to them. And everyone else is going, are you freaking crazy? No, like, you go, have fun, enjoy on your Team Epoch. We don't want to be over there because it's horrible. It's really horrible over there.
But do you know what I mean, though? Like, it's like if you're going to sacrifice yourself and be a hero Not to mention you're going to be in these devastating conditions that this team has already been in. That's why they're more favored.
No, I mean Jesse wanted to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He gets it.
But no, he wanted to because he was like, "There's so much fun stuff I could do with it." He was serious too.
So
he wants to do it as like an arts and craft project. And so I heard JR
make some new slippers.
I'm looking at
JR starts going, "Yeah. What is he, Martha Stewart? What does he think he's going to come over and do an arts and crafts? All right, bro, come over here."
I don't know.
I think
he's
oh
smart.
my
I
God.
think he's strategically playing it.
It would just be interesting to see maybe Kronos throw themselves into Epoch, because maybe
it won't happen, but I think so too.
You know what I mean? Like, again, there's so many different games.
The reason why they won't is because of the potential fight to get back.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, things can get switched up by anybody, so.
Where can they find you on social media platforms?
At @IRachelLara on Twitter is where the best place to find me.
And Mikey?
Find me.
At Mikey, Mikey, Benzaia, Benzaia.
Oh yeah, and it's Lara, RACHELLARA, not Rachel Laura. Okay, Rachel Lara. Rachel Lara.
And James, where are you at?
I'm on Twitter at James Wallington, and thank you, Rachel, for coming in tonight to be our special
guest.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hopefully, we'll be able to have Charles in next week, and I think I'm going to be doing an exclusive interview
Charles
with Luke.
I'm sorry and I miss him. He was good.
I'm going to be doing an exclusive interview with Luke Tipple, possibly on Monday.
Luke's hilarious. He's a good guy.
Week,
His
so.
wife's beautiful. He's just really like a cool guy. I mean, everything about them. He's really cool. He has sugar gliders. Team Luke.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.